Hey y'all, spiritual whistleblower here. I'm still in Toronto. I just want to give a special shout out to everyone that came out to the seminar last night. It was awesome. The love, just all the stories, everyone sharing their personal stories, and everyone helping each other, jumping in and just like offering advice and suggestions. Like everyone was like a crutch to each other, and that's what I love about these seminars. There was one lady who brought her teenage daughter. She had twin daughters, and they're both 17. And she brought her daughters because she wanted her daughters to get the advice and the knowledge, because it's a ugly world out here. We need to be teaching our daughters, our teenage daughters, shoot, our preteens even need to learn this stuff. So I was so grateful. And, I tried to slip away and go to my hotel after the seminar, and they had other plans. They took me out to dinner last night. So, Toronto, thank you for showing me such an amazing time. I will be back and I'll stay longer next time, okay? Next week, October 1st, which is a Saturday, I'm in Houston, Texas, and I will be wrapping up my Chosen One tour. Those of y'all that have not seen me, might have missed me in the past, here's your last chance to fly into Houston. If you're coming from out of town, you can fly into Houston, the IAH, the International, I forget the name of their airport. They have a couple airports. Come through. We're going to have a good time in Houston next Saturday. Okay. October 1st. Tickets are still available. I already started emailing the address of the location. So if you bought your ticket and you don't have the address, hit me up again. Screenshot your ticket and I will send you the address. Okay. So Houston, the tickets are selling. People are buying tickets. So get yours while there's some left. I'll pin my email address down below. I want to get into this video about narcissistic friends. Y'all have been giving me some great feedback. Oh my God. On all the videos over the past 2 weeks I've made about narcissistic friendships, toxic friendships, how to identify a narcissist amongst a group of your friends. And y'all want me to continue, and I love it. So I want to talk about deflection today, how you can spot, one of the many ways you can spot and identify a narcissist amongst a group of your friends, because especially a covert narcissist is the most difficult to detect. They are the most sneakiest. They know how to appear highly empathetic, spiritual, praise God. And they come off as super wonderful, empathetic people, caring and loving, but it's all a performance. Okay. So it's very dangerous when a covert narcissist is amongst a group of friends, because the little toxic, abusive shit and manipulation tactics that they do, they're so minute and so tiny, you'll miss it if you're not paying attention. And most people often miss it. Unlike myself, I'm an expert at this shit, and I will pick it up very early before the rest of the group of friends will pick it up. So I'm going to share my experiences, and I'm going to give y'all some game. I'm going to keep the ball rolling with these videos, because I want you to get rid of these toxic people out of your life. You don't need no snakes in your circle. You don't need no fuck shit around you. You need nothing but positive people in your circle. People that are not trying to compete with you, people who are not envious of you and what you have, people that are inspired and love you for who you are and will clap for you and support you genuinely. See, a motherfucking covert narcissist will pretend. They'll smile in your fucking face. They'll pretend to like the things that you like and stand for the things that you stand for. Spiritual whistleblower is a domestic violence advocate. She's all about protecting. She loves all women of all races, but especially the black women. There's a special place for black women because black women are being murdered at an alarming rate in the African American community. The FBI has reported every 5 hours black men are murdering us. There's a crisis in the black community. So I don't want my white women, Hispanic or Asian women to feel a type of way when I talk about black women. There's a crisis right now. We are losing our lives because black men, y'all, and some of you ladies that are not black who have babies with toxic black men, he's abusive. Because they will put their hands on a white woman. They will put their hands on a Hispanic woman. They will abuse with non-black women the same way that they abuse black women. But it's a crisis for us because now it's a national statistic and it's a crisis. So that's why I specifically at times talk to black women. But my love for all races is the same. Keep following my content because I want y'all to stay safe too. But a toxic friend will get in there and pretend to love everything that you love. I've had fake ass people around me pretending to be domestic violence advocates, pretending to want to protect black women and love on black women because spiritual whistleblower, that's what she's about. They faked the whole persona because they were mirroring me. They mirrored. Remember what I told you what mirroring was? A narcissist will hold up a mirror and they will copy all your personality traits so that they can latch on to you. They study you. So yes, I've had it where a motherfucker got close to me and started liking the same shit I liked. Oh, they're a domestic violence advocate. Oh, they're about protecting the black women. Da 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 da. But what they were doing was they were grooming me and latching on to me, but they had to study and learn my personality and the things that I like in order to get close to me. Then they started doing little shit to devalue me when nobody was looking, and they thought that I would not pick up on it. But spiritual whistleblower's intuition is so fucking strong. She don't try me. They try me all the time and I catch it. I will catch it and I will blindside a bitch and cut them off so fast they will not see it coming. See, the narcissist will try you and they'll try to play you. They'll do. It's called the doo-doo test. There's many videos on it. Look it up. It's called the doo-doo test. And when I say doo-doo test, what a narcissist will do, they'll pick up a pile of dog shit and they'll throw it against the wall and they'll see what will stick and what will fall off. And whatever sticks to the wall, that's what the narcissist is going to go with. So when it comes to a toxic friendship, the narcissist is going to do the doo-doo test on you. He's going to test you and throw shit at you and see what sticks and see what you will allow to get away with. You'll allow him to get away with. Little tiny morsels of disrespect. He's going to try you, but he's going to do it in a very covert. Let me see if I can get away with. Let me just try something over here. Let me try to play her. Let me try to use her for money or get over on her. But let me just try to be slick about it where nobody else is looking. They'll try you. Those are tests to see if you respect yourself, if you'll let shit slide. Yes, the narcissist, if you have a friend like this, they will test you. It's called the doo-doo test. There's several videos on this. This ain't me dropping nonsense. This is research. Go research the doo-doo test and see what comes up. The narcissist will use a test to see how much disrespect you'll tolerate and how much you'll let slide. And I'm here to tell you, don't you let a motherfucking thing slide. You play them, you put on your poker face and you allow them to believe they're getting over on you. Then you blindside them and you block them and cut them and you're going to see them act out. And your other friends are going to see them act out. Then they expose themselves and you don't have to expose them. Checkmate. But in this video, let's talk about deflection. What is deflection? Well, if you have a toxic friend in your group, they do this thing called deflection. Deflection is when they got to shit on other people to make themselves feel better. They think by shitting and gossiping about other friends in the group that it'll bump their ranking up. So I've had it in a group setting where me and a specific friend were already close. This new person comes into this group of friends. We welcome this individual. And yes, I'm going to use the gay man again. We welcome this gay man into our circle of friends and treat him with love and respect. He plays the role like he's, a super empath. But what he's doing, he's mirroring every person in the group and he's building bonds individually with every friend in the group. But what he's also doing is he's gossiping. He goes to every person and he just gossips about one person to the other. This is called triangulation. And he's a predator studying each person in the group. And he's studying our personalities. And he's using information that he knows that we would love, like he will bring up conversations or send me videos about domestic violence because he knows that's what I'm passionate about. So he's going to use domestic violence and black femicide and send me videos and have conversations because he's bonding with me. And as he's bonding with me, he's grooming me out of control. And then he's doing the same with the other friends of the group. He's bonding and latching onto them in other ways. But what he does and what he's not aware that he's doing, well, he is aware, but he thinks the rest of the group of friends are too stupid to catch on. He has to shit on the friends. He gossips. He gossips, and he's always talking shit about somebody behind their back or pointing out someone else's flaws. And I sit there and I say, that's funny. You're so busy talking shit about people, but who the fuck is checking you? Who the fuck is picking apart your flaws? What are you hiding? And see, this friend lives out of state. He lives long distance, so we're not able to see his day-to-day life. So he keeps certain things a secret. He keeps his life private from the rest of the group of friends because he lives long distance. So we can't see what he's doing day to day today. But he's able to get on a group chat and present himself to be super empath, super wonderful, and he's a covert amongst a group of friends. Until spiritual whistleblower starts to pick up red flags about his behavior, because he slips up when he thinks he's too comfortable. He gets arrogant and he says, I'm in there. I can start being my real self now. And he starts to slip and devalue. And he starts talking about people and gossiping, pitting people against each other. He is deflecting to take the attention off himself so that the rest of everybody else doesn't figure him out. But because spiritual whistleblower's intuition and her spiritual discernment is so incredibly great, she starts to detect the red flags in him, and she starts to play chess right back with him. She picks up on his mind games and manipulation, but she doesn't let him know that she's on to him. But she's sitting there watching him pick apart everybody and talk shit on everybody because he wants to be number one in the ranking. And he feels by tearing people down, he feels like it'll make him shine more, or it'll make him bond closer with the friend he really wants to get. You remember I told y'all there's a friend in the group that has the most money. He wants to bond with her. He wants to be the number one ranking. So he feels by shitting on the other group of friends or talking and gossiping about people behind their backs that it'll make him stand out or shine more. Or it'll make this friend who he really wants to get close with look down on the rest of the friends. He's doing divide and conquer to make himself stand out and make his ranking go up so he can bond closer to the friend he really wants to get close to. That's the one that has the money and the wealth. But he ain't slick. Spiritual whistleblower catches on and says, oh, he's deflecting. He feels that if he talks shit about other people, it'll deflect from his issues and his toxic shit. But spiritual whistleblower can see through all of it. And spiritual whistleblower says, I'm going to block him. I'm going to cut him off, and I'm not even going to explain to him why, because if I do, I know his toxic personality will spin the narrative and he's not going to take accountability. So it's just better for me to block and cut him off, and then he can start acting out of character. Then the rest of the group can see him for who he really is. And they can see what spiritual whistleblower sees. Once he'll expose himself to the rest of the group. So deflection is when a narcissist, highly toxic person talks shit about somebody to take the attention off themselves, to make themselves stand out more. Okay? And they feel like they'll get brownie points or gold stars for shitting on people. But all it does is exposes their rotten behavior and who they really are. And it's a huge major turnoff, especially to someone who's genuinely empathetic. You don't have to shit on others to make yourself stand out. So let's talk about it in the comment section. Do you ever have a toxic friend try to talk shit about everybody to keep the focus off themselves and you finding out who they really are? Let me know in the comment section. Toronto, thank you for the hospitality. Houston, Texas, I'll see y'all next week. Spiritual Whistleblower, God bless y'all.